friends. So welcome to my channel. I am Cher. I blog all things beauty, lifestyle, and parenting disabilities. So today we're going to be covering a couple of those different niches all in one. I have this makeup look today that is in honor of autism awareness. And this is a very special topic close to my heart because my son has autism. He is like mid to high level functioning. He is doing great. He's 8 years old and our absolute light and delight. But I do want to kind of raise awareness a little bit and give you some facts about autism while also showing you how to create this cool look. So the colors and symbols and all of that represent autism awareness tends to be the color blue. So I have my blue today, blue everything. Tends to kind of be associated with Autism Speaks, the Lighted Up Blue campaign. But then there's also kind of the rainbow effect for representing neurodiversity and just the idea that we are inclusive of everyone and the way that our brains think. Everybody is different and just supporting and appreciating our differences. So kind of wanted to incorporate a little bit of both with this look. And I actually have a couple of different makeup collabs this week that are going to be autism awareness because it is April, or I don't know when this video is going to come out. I'm filming at the very end of March right now, but whenever I publish it, it might be April. It actually might be the day, Autism Awareness Day, which is April 2nd. But that's World Autism Day. The whole month of April is Autism Awareness Month. So anytime in April, I'm on time, right? So anyway, whenever this video comes out, it's basically Autism Awareness time right now. And just a time for really raising that awareness. So anyway, we're going to get started and I'm just going to show you how I created this look. Okay, so we are starting with the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I love this one. It's so colorful. I use this all the time for my artistic looks. We're going to go with that blue. And we're going to start with a fluffy blending brush. And you guys know the drill. I'm always doing my little rainbow technique. I call it rainbow, I guess, the arch, windshield wipers. And I go in little circular motions because I'm really old, 42-year-old wrinkles. And I won't say that I have like super hooded eyes, but there's just a lot of those crevices in there I've got to really get in. So you'll see me kind of go back over it several times. And I also want to do kind of that a little bit of like a point on the end, and I'm going to go sweep it under the eyes a little bit as well. Then we're going to move on to the other side. While you watch this side, just going to give you a little statistics about autism. 1 in 54 kids has autism, or people, I suppose, because adults have it too, obviously. That number has actually really gone up. The last I heard a few years ago, it was like 1 in 62, and now it's shifted to 1 in 54. I don't know if that's just more people are being diagnosed or if there are more cases. And boys are 4 times more likely to have it than girls. Okay, next we are moving on to Tarte Shape Tape, just putting this on the eyelids to kind of give sort of like a cut crease, make it pop the difference in the colors. And it's obviously, I just kind of did really quick. We're going to get it a little bit more precise with this brush. Again, with the old person eyes here, I have to really take my crease up a little higher, which does not look like I'm doing the best job here as I'm looking back at my work. So anyway, I do have to keep in mind to go a little higher because I have very like small little eyelids. So they end up looking kind of silly, but doesn't look like I did that very well on this round. So forgive my techniques. Okay, we're going back in and we're going to go with a little bit of a deeper blue color. I'm going to kind of put this on the outside edges and we're going to start forming sort of that V shape, side V shape on the edges. I'm doing it with this very precise angled brush that I like to use for the V when I'm going See how, it's almost making like a line, but I'm going to kind of just start building it. Sort of a V, but also starting to angle it in. And we're going to do this on both sides. So some more autism facts. Some of the early symptoms that you see with autism, probably like the number one that people notice right away is as their child's approaching close to like 2 when they should be talking, is that they have delayed speech or language. And that was certainly the case with my son. It wasn't that he wasn't talking, he was, but he just was not putting together full sentences like other kids his age. You also notice repetitive patterns sometimes. Some kids don't look directly in the eye at you. They tend to like look all different directions. What are some other symptoms? Lots of different symptoms. If you've met one kid with autism, you've met one kid with autism. Okay, I'm pulling out my Natasha Denona Sunrise palette, and we're going to pull that little, it's not really red, but like a maroon color. That's just the perfect color that I'm going for, because we're going to kind of do a little bit of the rainbow on the bottom, but I want it to be, didn't want it to be like super bright. I wanted kind of nice, cool little transition colors. And we're just going to start kind of packing it on the lid. And this brush I don't think was the best. I should have gone with a more precise brush. So anyway, you'll see me later come back in with my fingers and try to like get this darn color on. So in the meantime, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about some autism statistics. So like I said before, if you've seen one child with autism, you've seen one child with autism. There's just such a broad range within autism of what you see and what it kind of looks like. You have such a huge spectrum of functioning. You can have kids that are very low functioning and severe, and some that are very high functioning and you never know they have it. But there are some common things. They tend to have social deficits, language deficits, also sometimes sensory issues like sensitivity to noise, how clothing feels on them, picky eating, that kind of thing. You tend to see some behavior issues, especially when you're lacking in the ability to communicate as well. So another thing about autism is it's so important to get early intervention if you notice your young child has some of these symptoms you're concerned about, because there's so much that can be done for a child with early intervention, especially under the age of 5. So the earlier you get started, the better. All right, going back in to the Natasha Denona with yellow. And we're gonna do this little pointed brush. This is my Sigma. I can't remember what number it is, but it's the little pointy one that helps you get into the corners. And I just love this brush so much. I love Sigma. And we are going to try to put it in that tiny little spot there and make a little transition to yellow. Okay, and now I'm going to just grab some like setting spray to intensify this yellow color a little bit more. Okay, now we are going back to taking it back to the Brazil palette and just going for that like white. I never get white and highlight to show up in my inner corner on my eyes. I watch everybody else do it. It does not seem to matter what color I put there. It's like nothing sticks on my inner corner, but I'm still going to try. So we're putting a little dab of the white on that little inner corner there. You can see a teeny tiny bit, so it did help a teeny bit. Okay, now I'm just looking for like a certain color of green. So I use this Profusion Sultry palette, and this is like a drugstore palette. I love these Profusion brand. But anyway, I'm coming up here on the top and just kind of putting a teeny bit of green just so there's a tiny bit of like rainbow on the top too. But I used the absolute wrong brush, so don't judge me. I should not have gone in with that silly fluffer brush there in that part of my eyes there, because as you see, I kind of messed it up. But I'm just kind of trying to do it so that it'll be blended and really soft and not like super packed on in that spot. But I have to come back in with like a Q-tip and clean that up. Okay, and now we're just inspecting it, trying to see if everything's even. I got rainbow eyes. And we're going to go back with that angled brush and just put on a little bit more of that dark blue. I just want to really make that blue the most prominent and pop. Okay, and because that silly green kind of just bothered me what I did, I'm just trying to kind of blend a little bit more. Just come back in overall with the blending. Okay, and I really want to go with this white, tiny little line in the crease. So I'm going with a face painting kit. Okay, so don't laugh at me. I have white eyeliner and like a white gel pen kind of, I don't remember what it's called. It's not really a glitter pen. It's like this pen that I use for some makeup looks, but it's super fat. So I want like a tiniest thin line like you see me applying. So I just decided to use the white in my face painting kit that I use with my kids and for different fun looks. And also, I don't know if you guys know, I'm trying to start a face painting business in addition to local MUA business. So, okay, right now I am making my eye dry basically because I'm using this face painting kit. It can be, you know, wet paint basically, and if you have it right there in the crease, it's all going to smudge and run everywhere. So I'm letting it really sit and dry first before I start like opening my eyes back up. So that's why you see me sitting there. But anyway, so I'm really into like little face painting kits, practicing different face painting looks too, in addition to makeup. So we're going to do the other side too. And you will notice that I got each eyes are not completely matching where the arch goes, but you know, one's a little higher than the other, but we'll deal with it. And we're going to let this side dry for a minute too. You see, I'm just going to sit and hold it first before opening that eye back up and having it be all wet. And believe me, I've had to learn that. And now I'm going to come in and try to just really set that puppy in place with some setting spray, especially that white paint. Okay, now just giving it a good little finished look. These are kind of the eyes. I'm going to come back in and throw some concealer under my eyes. I do this after my makeup, my eyeshadow looks usually.
It helps kind of make those lines more precise under, but also keeps things from getting stuck in my concealer. And then I'm using some magnetic eyeliner to help apply my magnetic lashes. And I am not the best at applying magnetic lashes, so I threw out the part where I put my lashes on because I don't want y'all to laugh at me. So you're going to see the finished product after I put my lashes on here real quick. But I will show you what I'm wearing. It's just some Kiss lashes. I don't remember the exact style, but I really like Kiss, the look of their lashes. And here they are. Pretty.
All right, guys, so this is it. That wraps it up. Like I said before, I have a couple of makeup collabs, and this is probably gonna be one of them, so you can follow me on Instagram if you don't already, where I post a lot of my makeup looks, including this and the future Autism Awareness ones. So my page is Shares Beauty, and you can also find all my other social media. Everything will be linked down below for you. So that is it. Hope you got some helpful tips and facts about autism, and I will see you next time. Oh, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe.